Hey there guys, Fearless Friend here today, and I'm coming at you very first thing with a fair warning. Today we're going to be working on governor linkage modification. This is strictly an informational only video. I do not recommend you do this modification to your own tractor. I am only making this video because I've received numerous questions and comments from people asking me how I've done these modifications, and when I refused to provide them with the information, a lot of people have said that they were basically going to experiment and try to figure it out for themselves. Now there's extreme dangers associated with modifying your governor. Number one being you could have serious catastrophic internal engine failure, whether it be the form of snapping a connecting rod piston, push rods, valve train, anything like that. But probably the most dangerous thing of modifying your governor and having an explosion of your flywheel can actually rip itself apart or scatter from centrifugal force. It's a very real possibility, though it is rare that it does happen. When that does happen, it could easily kill innocent bystanders or you. So I'm giving you this fair warning to let you know that this is insanely dangerous to mess with the governor, and if you crank it up too high, you're really risking your life and others around you. So be smart, really think about whether or not you need to do this or want to do this. I recommend that you don't do this. However, I have been running a similar modification on my black off-road tractor for quite some time now, and have had no problems. But like I said, I'm just showing you this for informational purposes only. So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, and I'm sure I'm going to get millions of comments of people hating on me for showing you how to do this, this is today's subject, and this is your standard 14.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton OHV motor. But here's where we're going to be working today, and this is the throttle linkage area. This has got all your throttle linkages and usually your choke linkages, governor linkages. Everything's hiding behind there. That's actually your governor right there. You can see it move back and forth. And what the governor is here to do is actually regulate engine speed to an even 3600 RPM. And it's actually very handy to leave your governor in place, because not only does it regulate your engine speed, but when you're driving along with your foot in a steady position and you drive up a hill, the load will increase on your motor, and the governor actually compensates by adding more throttle to the engine, giving it more gas and more air to allow it to maintain the same RPM up that hill. Now if you completely remove your governor, you'll have to do this action with your foot, which will increase in bogging and make the tractor generally more difficult to drive in most situations. So this is extremely hard to film in this position because I've got terrible lighting and not a lot of room to get in here, but basically what we're looking at right there is at the tip of my screwdriver you see a little spring. And as I move the throttle assembly back and forth, you'll notice that that spring, where it's attached on the top, there's a little tang, a little metal tang that's bent down. That is where we're going to be adjusting our governor. And this spring basically attaches your throttle to your governor. Here on my Murray off-road lawnmower, you can see that spring tang right there. You can actually get a better view of it. Is actually bent up around 15 to 20 degrees. And that is the adjustment roughly that we'll be making today. Alright, so now we're back here in the governor linkage. And that was the spring tang we talked about earlier that I showed you on the Murray that was bent up, and you can see how this one's actually bent down. So basically that's what we're going to do right here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to start by bending it straight flat. So there, now that I've bent it, you can see that that tang is actually straight, left to right. So let's restart it and see how the RPMs sound now. So you can see the difference between how it was and how it is now. It's still not quite as high as I'd like it to be, so we're going to push it up just a little bit more. Now in the past, what I usually use is one of those digital readout tachometers, those cheap things you get on eBay. I actually stole the one off my go-kart, and I usually use it to adjust my RPMs on my other tractors, and then I put it back in the go-kart when I'm done, so I usually only use it for about 2 to 3 minutes. But it's a good thing to have so you know exactly what RPM you're running. I would recommend around 4,000 RPM is probably a max. That's around 400 RPM more than you already have, and that's probably what I would consider safe. Anything beyond that and you might be risking injury to yourself or the tractor. So here we go again. I'm going to adjust this spring tang again. I'm going to take it from the flat position and I'm going to make it a slightly bent upward position. This thing is definitely not easy to get to. So there, you can see it bent up at a slightly upward angle now. I would not recommend going beyond this setting. Hell, I wouldn't even recommend doing this. But this is where I usually stop, is right about here. Like I said, right about now I'd be hooking up my digital tachometer and getting another readout on the motor. But let's start this baby up one more time and we'll listen to it by ear and see how it sounds. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much my process for adjusting the governor. And like I said, I highly recommend you don't do this. Even though I'm making a video of it and showing you the process, I recommend you don't do this. I know I'm probably going to get yelled at in the comment section and everything else from people telling me that I'm an idiot for telling other people to do this, but you would be surprised how many people ask me to do this very modification. So I'm a sucker for giving people what they want. So as always, leave me a thumbs up for helping you out. Help me out. And if you think I'm a dick for showing everybody this, give me a thumbs down. I can take it. Really, I'm a big boy. But that's it for today. Hopefully this video helps you out. You can get a few extra RPM out of your engine, make you go a little bit faster with those pulley swaps. Keeping the governor intact is really a good idea. It's the safest way to go. It makes it so you can tow loads better and just have more low RPM grunt in general. Makes the tractor easy to drive. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Tell me if you like me or hate me. Either way, give me a thumbs up or down. But that's it, and we'll do more tech videos soon.